People say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care.
Hello, good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm Abs of October Red, and we are back once again for a live watch along. This time it's for, I believe it's the IBF Super Welterweight conversation and commentary for the fight between Murtazaliev and Kelly. Looking forward to that. I did say I was going to jump on, I thought I was going to jump on a little bit earlier. I thought, you know what, last two fights, that will do. I hope you guys are all well. It's been extremely busy in boxing. As you know, changes are afoot. We've had the Zoffa cards. I think they're going into the second one this weekend. And guys, I want to know your opinion, actually. I was just looking at, I didn't take much notice of it last time. But the gloves, the uniform, kind of, it's very bland, isn't it? Not what we necessarily expect from boxing. Is the boxing going to take hold of that? But the colors that they've chosen, like a dull gray, a bachelor gray, I don't know why, but whatever. Time will tell with that. We know that Derek Chisora is, in fact, fighting Deontay Wilder. And no, it's not on Sky Sports. It's on DAZN. There seemed to be a little bit of a discrepancy on what was going on with that fight. And if you follow me on Instagram, I played two interviews, one with TalkSport and Derek Chisora. And then I think the counteraction to that was IFL with Frank Warren that says he's still under contract. And that's all we'll be saying about that. So to be fair, Wilder versus Chisora, good fight. I'm not going to argue with that. I'm actually looking forward to it. April, DAZN, there's so much going on. Jamie TKV defending that British belt. We had the names thrown in there. It was originally supposed to be Dave Allen, then Johnny Fisher gets put in there. And now there's a discrepancy over the date that's available for the copper box, etc., etc. So it looks like it was probably going to be on a matchroom card anyway. And Jamie TKV was going to be once again fighting away. That seems to have been put to bed. And now the rumor is it's going to be Jamie TKV versus Richard Riakporhe. I have reached out to Ben Shalom. We were supposed to do something this week, but he said he was extremely busy. And he assures me that we're going to catch up next week. And next week, there's probably going to be a press conference for the British heavyweight title fight. So there's loads of stuff going on in boxing. Rumors that Alexander Usyk is supposed to be going over to Zoffa as well. There's been an article that's been published. I think it's behind not a paywall, but an ad wall. I haven't read through it, but I've seen that Oscar De La Hoya was very adamant in sharing it about 500 times, which basically talks about the small print of the Zoffa boxing, which we kind of discussed. If you've been watching my news and reviews, you know that I covered what they wanted to change in the Muhammad Ali Act and potentially the splits, the payments, all of that was there. Facts that some of the gate, it would be hidden. Loads of stuff I've gone through, and it seems like maybe that stuff is going into fruition. They seem to be on a poach. They're looking for fighters. They've already got Jaya Pataya. Like I said, they seem to be sniffing around Bam as well. There's a bit of to-ing and fro-ing with the matching rights. It's a mess, but it has to get messy before the dust settles. So we are here. I'm Abs. Like I said, welcome to all of you. It is conversation and commentary. You know, I like you guys to get active in the chat. I will say good evening to the Dragon 8700. Dragon by nature, maybe. But we go into Padley versus, I think it's Belmedi, and I think this is for a European title, if my memory serves me correctly. So let's have a look. Josh Padley is, you know, there was a bit of a excitement around him signing for Matchroom. Obviously, I think he had the fight with Chamberlain, went on to fight Shakur at short notice as well. But now he's going in against this French guy. I don't really know much about him, but he's taken the center of the ring. This is Belmedi. Josh Padley, comfortable, skirting around the outsides on the back foot as Belmedi just talks up and comes forward, but it looks like Paddy's a more active one with the shots. So let's have a look and see how we start this fight off. We are in round number 1 of 12 before we go on to Josh Kelly's fight, which I'm looking forward to. Another bit of a strange one with him. As we know, he was with Matchroom. After the Avanesian fight, he obviously disappeared, went over to Wasserman. I was there for his signing for that. A fight that he's always spoke about, a fight that he's always wanted is Conor Benn. We'll see how that goes. Whatever with Wasserman, I don't know if they've got some kind of, I don't know, management capacity with him, but he's definitely not loaned out. But he's back with Matchroom. They've re-signed him. He had that fight, I think that was under Wasserman, to be fair, with Ishmael Davis at Wembley. Interesting fight that was, because Ishmael did particularly well considering he came in at short notice. Others could argue whether the win could have been Ishi's, but here we are. So he's still with Adam Booth. I like that. Them two have been like a dynamic duo for years. Is he going to make an impression? Is he going to get this world title belt off Murtazaliev, who, yeah, looks like a bit of a puncher, dangerous, a great fight for Matchroom to put him in on basically his Matchroom debut, a world title fight, IBF. So yeah, they're not messing around, but it's kind of like they're picking up where they left off with Josh Kelly, because that is where he should have been going towards. That is what he should have been doing. You know, he was tipped to be one of the Matchroom stars early on in his career. So good evening to George Hearn as well. Good to see you here, and good to see you guys in the comments as well. Obviously, you know, I've put some bits and bobs up. I did the conversation with Maurizio Suleiman. Interesting conversation, but he was doing a lot of interviews that day, so it was cut short. So I didn't get to say, or I didn't really get to get that much in depth to have the conversation I wanted to have with him. A few of you quite rightly put some bits and bobs in the comments that maybe you wanted answers to. And he did say, put questions in the comments. His PR messaged me after the interview and said, any comments, he's prepared to answer them. There was a lot of statements, but there wasn't that many comments. So questions, sorry. So I need some questions for you guys to go back to him, but hopefully we'll catch up soon. He seemed okay with the conversation that we had. And to be fair, I reckon he would have answered anything that I put to him anyway. We were just warming up. And then obviously he had to go. One of the key things that I did want to ask him was what changes are they prepared to make space for the competition that they're going to have in boxing. What are the belts going to do? Because you can't just stick to the same rules and say, dig your heels in and say, this is what we've always done. This is what I'm always going to do. Are there any changes that you're going to make to the belts? Is there anything that you're going to make fighters think, you know what, I'll stay over here with the 4 conventional belts? And that's obviously something for all those governing bodies to talk about. I wanted the WBC's point of view, but like I said, I didn't get to ask him that. That was one of the key questions. Mr. AK, Super K, where have you been? Good to see you. I think it'll be a short night, and I can't see Kelly getting to the final bell. It's a tough fight. But we've said that before. It's boxing, is it? We've just seen Alif Turhan. She didn't do particularly well in this fight. She did exactly what she did last time. And probably hindsight, as they say, is a wonderful thing. I'm thinking, did Beatrice just fight the wrong fight and just let her mow her down? Because this girl was slightly more elusive on the back foot. But Alif was swinging and missing and going into the ropes. So it's like this girl had studied her and was able to see her like coming from miles away. I do agree with what obviously the commentary team was saying. Tony Bellew in particular, after the fight with Ade, he was saying, look, she's really got to knuckle down and get some skill with it, because she goes up against some serious competition. Josh Pedley knocks down Balmedi. That's good. Round number 2. Brilliant work from Pedley there. She's going to get some tough competition with the likes of Caroline Dubois. We've got Terry Harper. These are the girls. Padley's going for the stoppage here, pushing Balmedi back. He's on the back foot. Doesn't look like he wants anymore. Just holding on for dear life. The ref gets in between the two of them and he goes down again. I'd say that's potentially his legs are gone, but they've not ruled it as a knockdown. You can see he's tucked up now. Doesn't want any of it. On the back foot. Swings back in survival mode. Gets Padley in the clinch. As Padley just walks forward now. Looks to get that stoppage. Could be another early night. Yeah, for the likes of Caroline Dubois versus Turhan. Yeah, that could be a scary fight. He goes down and the ref waves it off onto his side and onto his face. The ref says, forget it. Well done to Josh Pedley. He's got the European belt. Well done. Good performance. A nice, quick and easy, easy fight. So yeah, Elif, she retains the belt. Who's she going to go in with next? We shall see. Let's say hello to the chat. You guys are starting to come in now. Let's have a look. Beautiful golden dragon, legend. I love that. I love all the signs. I love all of that. All the red stuff in the emojis. Sound like Erica Kirk now, but I didn't bury my husband 2 weeks ago. Anyway, let's not be morbid. If you see it, good evening to you. Greetings, October. I like that interview. I couldn't stop laughing with Mr. WBC's answers, though. Yeah, I saw that you put quite a few comments in. I need the questions. If you can go back and put the questions in there, I'll get the questions to him. And then maybe, I don't know, do another, or a Q&A. We could do a live with him. Obviously, as long as it's not abusive. I like to get guests on the live and maybe do a Q&A that way. I think I think he wouldn't mind that, to be fair. He was quite open. Thank you very much for that. Is it, let's have a look at, is that I am Motion One? Thank you. Lovely voice. People usually squeal at my Birmingham accent, but I'll take that compliment. Take it. Philip Answer, good to see you. What's happening so far on the card? Apologies. I just wanted to catch up with the chat as I do. Padley's stopped him in round number 2. Nice, short, quick and easy fight. Took the belt and took it properly, because that's the way you win it, don't you? You take it. TL Shakur, Martin, good evening to you. Martin, I'm going to go for Shakur. I know quite a few people have been doing like the comparisons, you know, with the Usyk and the Fury and the Errol Spence and the Crawford, you know, with the face-offs and stuff like that. And there is a pattern, but I'm going to go for Shakur to win. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I like the press conference. I enjoyed the press conference. I thought it was quite entertaining. To be fair, the ring cards, you know, they are entertaining. They do get the entertaining fighters on there, the ones that are willing to speak up. And T.O.'s an absolute character, but I'd like Shakur to get the win. I think with T.O., after that Lomachenko win, and I just had a feeling that he'd beat Lomachenko. After that, has he really performed to that like level again? So I'm going to go for Shakur. Definitely going to go for Shakur. Padley beating him up like it owes him money. Listen, he wants that belt, and that's what I'm saying, Iffy. That's how you're supposed to fight for a belt. You're supposed to go at it like you want it, and he definitely did that. Legal Eagles, good evening to you. Interesting. So you're hearing that Baumgardner and that Caroline Dubois are in talks. Interesting. I think it's a great fight to happen. As Caroline got to go up by 5 pounds, I can't remember, with the women, because they fluctuate through the weights. It's never open and shut with me, and sometimes I forget what weight they are. I mean, it's a good fight, but does it need to happen straight away? That's the only thing. I'd like them to build it. I think that's a fight that I'd like to see them build. I'd like to see Caroline have just a couple more fights, not for any particular reason, but just to build the momentum. These guys, they're part of the same team. Why would you rush and put them together straight away? Not saying that it's not a worthy fight because it definitely is, but build it up a little bit. I know they say strike while the iron's hot. We've seen plenty of fights that should have been made and didn't get made, and it kind of gets sour. I think there's still more room to build those two. I love you. Greetings, October Red. I can't wait to see the main event. Bakram is a destroyer. Kelly hanging there. Yeah. You listen, as soon as I saw the beard, and then I just thought of MMA, and then I heard Russian, and then obviously I'm a fan of the Soviet style with boxing. I'm a fan of over that side of the world, how they do their training and how they box. Um, so yeah, it could be particularly dangerous, but it's boxing. We don't know. We don't know. And I haven't watched enough of Bakram. I've seen some highlights that they've put up of him, but I haven't watched enough of him to like make a full blown conclusion. Let's have a look. If he's saying I'd love to ask him why the other boxing organizations don't complain as much as he does. Yeah, that's a fair point. I think he's like an advocate or he's a spokesman. He's quite proud of that belt. That came across when we spoke, Iffy. He's very, very proud of the WBC. I think it goes back. I think his father might have been involved in it. Obviously, Roy Jones involved with it. I think there's a long-standing history with that where he treats it like it's a family member. So he's very precious about it. Are the other organizations that intrinsically linked to their belts where they feel like they die for their belts? Because you know what Maurizio Sullivan is like. He will go everywhere with the green and gold. He's very, very passionate about it. And I could sense that when I spoke to him, to be fair. And I ain't gonna knock him for that. Yeah, the fees. I know a couple of you were talking about the fees and the percentages and the 3% that was capped, etc., etc. But like I said, when you agree, you can't agree to sign for something or to do something if you're not happy with the terms. I'm not saying that it's fair. I'm not saying that the amount of money that they take off the fight. Listen, I'm not a fighter. It's not my pockets that they're dipping into. But I'm a strong believer that you must read the small print. You must understand what you're getting into, because it's pointless complaining afterwards. Do you know what I mean? It's like, all right, well, what are we gonna do? So, and I see what Zoffa's doing. They're taking. I mean, what's going to happen with Joe Patai with the IBF? Is he still even talking about that belt? Noel McKaylian, WBC belt holder. What's going to happen with that? Are they going to fight? Are they fighting for the belts, or they're going to vacate the belts? It's all very up in the air. But the key thing is, and what it looks like Zoffa's doing, if they're going for key fighters that are already champions, and then they get them to obviously relinquish the belts, then it's about the fighters. Then it's about them rather than the belts. They become the brand, they become the name, and then they introduce obviously the UBO, the Zoffa belt that they're talking about. I don't know, tricky. Martin's agreeing with me. He's saying, yeah, I think Shakur on points. Yeah. I've just got, like I said, it's a gut feeling. Who knows? If you're saying, yeah, Padley hasn't lost his hunger, which is good, and so many fighters lose their hunger, don't they? But out of that gym, I think, really, I don't know if he's actually in that gym. But Dalton Smith, when I saw Dalton Smith, when I went up to their gym for like a media day, Padley was in the gym that day, but I'm not sure if that's his actual gym or he just turned up because he was a new signing, etc., etc. So okay. Saying Tio will pull it off. It always comes to fight. Stevenson, not so much. And he's got brittle hands. Oh, we'll see. So if you're saying a Holt Booth throws in the towel ASAP, Kelly's false confidence isn't fooling me. If you put a bet on, that's what I want to know. I want to know how much you put on this, Iffy. Because Iffy always backs that up. Good evening to you as well, Ricky. He has main character syndrome. Is that I take it you're talking about Maurizio. I don't mind all of that. I don't mind all of that. If you think about it, it's your business, yeah? And this is why we say there's business and there's boxing business. You're gonna try and make as much the fighters make money, don't they? And obviously the belt doesn't take the majority, does it? 3%. And then obviously the fighter gets the rest. Yeah, the fighter's got to divvy that out. The belts are there to make money. Of course they are, because it's a business, is it? It's not a charity. One of the good things that Maurizio told me that the WBC do is insurance for fighters, because that's a main real bugbear of mine, that fighters, you see them getting into fights, getting really sometimes life-changing injuries, and they've not got private healthcare. I suggested it in the first place as part of contracts, etc., part of the purse that they get. There should be a percentage of that that goes towards healthcare, because you got a license to kill when you go in that boxing ring. They should have some kind of insurance, but that's just me. Maybe that's the mom in me. Fair enough. He does brand it the best hat and t-shirt, grade A marketing. Yeah, because he does. He pushes it out everywhere. So I can't knock that. If he goes on to say, I think with the Zuffa, there are tiers of contracts, and Opetaya will have flexibility as he can still fight for undisputed. But those unknown, less established have to say, like the UFC fighters, there shouldn't be a tier system. But I guess this is how you're going to build the empire. They needed the carrot to get the main characters in, didn't they? Like I said, when you've got a contract, you've got to read through everything. You have to have like a qualified sports lawyer who's I don't know, top lawyer that works with top fighters, top footballers, top F1 drivers. You need to have that expertise in your corner to go through that and say, okay, what does this mean for me in the long term? It's not about, everyone's really got like, they're so short-sighted. It's like, yeah, okay, I can get this now, and they're not thinking about the long term. I hope these guys have got sensible people in their corners that are reading the small print, because the small print is where the devil usually sits. He's in the detail, he's in the minute bits, the little words that you might scupper over. Because I'd be, everyone's complaining about 3%, but 3% is going to seem like pennies if your money is just getting taken over. You can't, you're wearing a uniform. There's only one badge allowed on your shorts or your kit or whatever. There goes the Triple G robes, and the stuff that I like to look at what the fighters wear to the ring. I love that, because it's like you said, it's showing the fighters' personality, showing what they're about. And even conversations that I've had with Joshua Buatsi, I was like, oh, what are you going to put on your robes this time? It's something, because I look at the detail of the robes, and Buatsi was somebody that would put Indinkra symbols on there, mixed in with the Christianity symbols and stuff like that. So it's interesting to me. So when I'm looking at the Zoffa thing and I'm seeing like grey, plain, like, yo, what's going on there? But we'll see. We shall see. If he said Bacoli ironically lost his hunger after his biggest, but he didn't lose his hunger, did he? Let's be honest. In metaphors, he lost his hunger after his biggest payday. But props to Padley. Yeah, with I don't even know what is happening with Martin Bacoli. That's another good question. Seems like after he took that short notice fight, things aren't really going that well for him, are they? If he said, I think Lopez is winning, and yes, Accumulator is going well so far. If he always backs the ups, but seems to make money off it. Kelly's got good footwork, nice angles, but his work is not effective enough. He does struggle with pressure fighters, as we saw with Avanesian. He seems to have his engine seems to be okay though, and he's going to need that with a pressure fighter, because he's going to have to move around the ring. So we'll see. We'll see. Did I see the Ring Magazine Awards last night? Only the clips, Ricky, that were put on social media. I didn't necessarily like watch them. No. Were they good? I saw everyone taking pictures with each other, which is really nice. But no, I didn't watch it in detail. I know that Chris Eubank was there and he might have said a couple of words, but no, I didn't watch it in detail. That's something I'll probably watch later on in the week. It's just a dinner night, is it? I mean, what did you think of the awards? Anyone, if you watched the awards, what did you think of it? Is it good to have these award ceremonies every now and again to appreciate the fighters, etc., etc.? Were the awards fair? Were they biased? Were they just giving it to their mates? I don't know because I didn't watch it, but please feel free to put that in the comments. My Body Manager, a company called First Fight Management. He's got a book for up and coming fighters to read. Management Top Fighter from Errol Spence and Brian Norman. Yeah, you contracts are important. If he goes on to say the shorts are so bad, what are Zuffa playing at? It's like food with no seasoning on it. That's the only thing I can use to describe it. I mean, if it's going to be plain or whatever, at least choose something that's a bit vibrant, a bit eye-catching. It's that dull, I didn't notice it. And then when I went back, I thought, oh, why are they just wearing that? The grey gloves, the grey shorts. The awards were cool. Those shorts were, yeah, it did. It looked like PE shorts. They just looked really dull. The awards were cool, but the fans should vote. Okay, so it's like that internal voting system. Yeah, it's a tuxedo and it's a black tie affair, isn't it? For all the people to get together and talk about how great they are. And I think award ceremonies are good, but like you said, where was the voting for it? Did we vote for the best? I don't know. We might have done, and I probably just didn't take any notice of it. But fair play. Yeah, you know what it is. But Maurizio was there at the Ring Awards yesterday with his medallion on, with his medal on around his neck. I thought, I wonder if them two are going to come to blows. What I've said, and I don't care, I'm quite honest about it, is the way I see it, like obviously Turkey's coming to boxing as a heavy investor. He's obviously started off, I think he started off with Frank Warren. Then he moved over to Eddie Hearn, learned the business, learned the strategy, learned about the fighters, learned about the money, learned everything there is to learn about a sport. And then he thought, tell you what, I'm going to invest in setting up my own boxing, like, promotional company with Dana White. So in any other business, that would be classed as a conflict of interest. But here we are, and everyone seems to be okay with that. But if I'm honest, if it was me, I wouldn't be too happy with it. That maybe I've sat down and spoke to you about stuff, and then you've gone on to use that stuff against me to try, to try and get fighters to go over to another promotional company. It's very boxing. It's just it's a slippery game. So if he goes on to say, let's have a look. I think Turkey has done with the UK market. He's conquered it. AJ and Fury fight is his last effort. Do you feel like we're just not getting? And it's interesting that you say that, Iffy, because I'm thinking, are we running out of talent and investments? Have we got anybody? And I mean this like globally. Are we looking at any fresh blood, any fresh talent to invest in? Is there anything that's popping out to you guys? And it just might not be popping out to me. Are we getting like talent that you're looking and thinking, yeah, 10 years time, that's going to be the one, or potentially 5 years time, that's going to be the one? Or are we just regurgitating old fighters over and over again? Are we still living in like the 2022? You know, is that where the excitement is? Are we losing this excitement with the fighters? Are fighters of that caliber, of that character? And it just seems like we're entering a phase where it's just the last of a dying breed of fighters. That's the way I see it. So, are we getting stagnant? So Iffy goes, America, well, this is according to Iffy, America has more fighters and more talent. And that's the thing with me, Iffy. You know, I'm quite patriotic and biased. And I tend to just kind of like live in the UK and maybe not appreciate our cousins across the pond as much as I should do when it comes to talent. But I just feel like because there's so many people involved, it's getting spread very thin. Therefore, it loses that buzz because there's so many people involved in it. And I always equate boxing to like life experiences. Now, if you say, for example, a lady, single women that go out, or single men, you go out and there's 100 fantastic looking women, and it just gets to the point where there's just nothing new, is there? Because everyone there is doing the same thing. It's the same. Where's that magic? And that's what sometimes I think that we lose, or we are losing in boxing, because it's getting spread very thin with the large amount of promoters, different broadcasting deals. You know, I'm a fan of Netflix, so I'm an advocate for Netflix coming into the sport. I like the way they do their production. I'm a massive fan of even the talent that they have for the commentary on the desk, going around and speaking to the people in the audience. I like their setup. Netflix to me is great for boxing, and you know it's great for boxing because everyone knows Anthony Joshua. Of course we do. 2 times unified heavyweight champion of the world, heavyweight, Olympian medalist. But look what Netflix did for his profile. Whether you want to admit it or not, look what it did for his profile. And guess what? Who's now followed suit and is going over to Netflix? Tyson Fury fighting Makhmadov on Netflix because of your profile. I did a video on it the other day about Fury going to Netflix. I think it's great, and I think more fights will end up on Netflix. And that's another thing, to be fair, that I actually do like that Turkey's done for boxing. He's pulled it into Netflix, because obviously he did Canelo Crawford on Netflix. Yes, MVP have been on Netflix as well, but I'm talking about the names that we know. So I think that's a good thing, and I think more fighters are going to follow suit. Josh Kelly coming out first. So gosh, I've been rabbiting on a bit, but there's loads to catch up. There's so much going on, and there's so much I want to catch up with you guys. But we are here. We're at the main event. I'm Abs of October Red. It is conversation and commentary. Pretty boy Kelly. I've got to say I was a massive fan of him. When he made his debut. I like the fact of him and Adam Booth. I like the pairing. I like the excitement from the fighters. And I've spoken to Josh Kelly before. Adam Booth, fantastic guys. And he's taking on a tough challenge. He dons a satin white robe with his signature red on it and the back, white boots. Great guy. And I wish him nothing but the best for this fight. Let's have a look. He's coming out to Michael Jackson. PYT. Right, if he says, I feel the UK talent is literally retiring within 2 years and America has the future prospects. Don't get me wrong, Iffy. I think we've got some here, but I'm just saying, is that anybody giving you that spark, that magic to say, yes? Do we need more of that? And so many fighters in general don't want to fight each other. The Zuffa model doesn't allow the diva culture that is currently, I hear that. I do hear that. But to be fair, with that not wanting to fight each other, we started to see that filter through to the Eddie Hearn shows, to the Frank Warren shows. We did start to see that because they were Eddie. I remember speaking to Eddie and Frank Smith years ago, and they were always talking about, we really love the UFC model. It's not about losing fights. It's about having the best fight in the best, etc., etc. You can go back 3 years ago when I was speaking to Frank Smith, and that's probably one of the first things he said to me. No ring walk music either. That's crazy. Murtazaliev is in the ring. Coincidentally, he's also wearing red and white. His red is more pronounced on his robes. Oh gosh, I'm looking forward to this fight. And no, I will not be stopping up late. I did think about stopping up late because I do want to watch Tio and Shakur go at it. But I know I'm not going to stay up, so forget it. I'll be lying to myself. Utility Arena in Newcastle. We are here for the live watch along. There is no footage for Murtazaliev versus Kelly. Kelly's revamp with Matchroom, and they've put him in a fight like this to start off with. Fair play to them. And it's the IBF belt, isn't it? Super welterweight. IBF are very strict with their rules. They like you to, they're quite specific on who they want you to fight. And if you do not obey their rules, they'll take the belt off you. Just like that. No questions asked. Django's good evening to you. He's supporting Bakram. Does he train out of the United States? And Django, what is going on in America? What on earth am I seeing? Sometimes I think the USA isn't real. It's almost like I'm literally watching Black Mirror on my phone every time I look on my YouTube about what's going on in the USA. I'm not even going to mention the latest release with the Epstein files. Absolutely crazy stuff going on at the moment. The stage is set. The time has come. He likes to shout at you. He does say things twice. Hopefully, I think Queensbury's hinted that they've got another show coming up in April as well, after the Tyson Fury show. So I'm interested to see what that's going to be. Hopefully we should get some announcements on that. We have got the Magnificent Seven coming up with Queensbury, and I love the Magnificent Seven cards. I'd say out of all the cards that they do, that's definitely my favorite. March the 28th. Looking forward to that. Back at the Co-op Live in Manchester. I will be there for fight night, and I'll definitely be there for fight week, getting those pre-fight interviews for the channel and for you guys as well. Hopefully get to pin Frank Warren down. I've been chasing Frank Warren for weeks. Cannot get hold of him. But hopefully I'll get hold of him on fight week. I love this. Devolvement. I'm just looking at the chat. Oh, he trains out of California. Okay, fair enough. Oh, I remember him doing that from the beginning. Yep, California. They've just said it to rubber stamp that there. My God, I wonder how long this is going to last. Guys, put your predictions in the chat, please. I'm not going to be scoring, but we will be doing commentary. Oh, if he's put Kelly's about to get the 10K steps in. Oh my God, you guys are just the best. You are a sight for sore eyes, trust me. Here we go. Ref's got them in the center of the ring. Reading them, I'll say it's almost like their last rites touch gloves as they walk back into their respective corners, and everyone starts to climb out of the ring, and it's just the two fighters and the ref left in the ring before the first bell goes, and it goes now. We've got Murtazaliev straight into the center of the ring. He's got that high guard there with the parry, the jab hands almost in that parry position, that style. Once again, Kelly on the back foot. Murtazaliev lands his first jab. Kelly on the back foot, not uncomfortable. It's just a positioning of Murtazaliev. Kelly throws in a nice 1-2, going to the body of Murtazaliev, throws out a jab. This is the work of Kelly to Murtazaliev, going in there confident, on the back foot, but confident. It looks like Murtazaliev was trying to feel him out, but Kelly says, no, I'm comfortable. Let's go in. As Murtazaliev lands a jab on the stomach of Kelly. Oh, beautiful. Kelly goes into dipping a shot, and Murtazaliev just whips that hook right into where Kelly was dipping. Nice work there. I like the stance of Murtazaliev. Like I said, that jab hands out in that parry position as Kelly lands a 1-2. Murtazaliev goes in for the backhand jab to the chest of Kelly. See the parry hands just there. It's ready to fence off that potential jab that's going to come in from Kelly. Nice stance, but Kelly's quick. Goes right through the guard and jabs Murtazaliev straight in the middle of his forehead. Let's have a look. The lead hand was low from Kelly there. Like you said, he's about to get those steps in. But he's confidently getting those steps in. Murtazaliev lands another one, but it's not landing flush because Kelly's slight on the feet as he goes into sweep and uppercut to Murtazaliev. Murtazaliev sees it coming and evades the shot. The jab comes out from Murtazaliev. Jab once again. Nice first round. We've got 54 seconds left of round number 1 of this 12-round championship fight. Kelly throws the jab. Murtazaliev looks to come back with his own, but Kelly just manages to get out of range really quickly, so it didn't land. This is going to be about pace. This is going to be about engine. I think this is really going to depend on longevity of the fitness of the fighters, to see how far is this going to go to a distance, or is somebody just going to get that shot that we need? As Murtazaliev just dips in, feints, but goes to the body of Kelly, but not a punishing shot, just like a tap to the body to say he's here. Lovely work from Kelly. 1, 2, 3 coming in as Murtazaliev slower on the counters. Yeah, Kelly's purposeful with his shots. Yeah, good work in the first round. Guys, you score the fight because you know I ain't going to score it. Let's have a look. Get into the chat. Yep, tough fight ahead for Josh. That's from Legal Eagles. Yeah, Kelly opponent just looks like someone you don't agree to fight with. America definitely isn't a real place. I've been twice and I'm good going again. Yeah. Devolvement, yep. I believe it's hell on earth. That's what Iffy said. It's real America. We have our own kind of stupid people here. To be fair, there's silly people everywhere, but just for the American viewers, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way at all, because it's all right for me sitting on this side of the pond. But it honestly just, it's like, wow. And Nicki Minaj with Donald Trump, and then it's, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Here we go. We go into round number 2 before I get tangled up in politics and, I don't know, end up with ice at my door or something. Let's not say anything. Round number 2 of 12. Nice. I think that was a backhand that just pushed Kelly back just a little bit there. Let's have a look. The jab to the body. Just be mindful of Kelly just dipping that head in when he goes to throw the jab, because Murtazaliev has caught him with that hook when he's been on his way in. Just be mindful about dipping in the same direction. The jab goes to the body from Murtazaliev. Jab once again. Kelly's like quite quick on his feet though. He's not necessarily letting the shots land flush, saying that he went for the backhand there. Just loaded up with that one, but Murtazaliev evaded it. We are in round number 2 of 12. And just for anybody that thinks there's going to be some footage on here, no, there isn't. It's just me yapping for 12 rounds, if it goes 12 rounds. Kelly had both hands dropped there, a sign of confidence, a sign of speed as he throws in that hook of his. But a long version to the head of Murtazaliev is quicker. He's definitely more, and this is Josh Kelly, he's definitely quicker on his feet. It's going to be timing here that Murtazaliev is going to have to get Kelly with because of the speed. He's just going to have to really try and look at the timing, because there's a few times that he's thrown shots that could be potentially dangerous, but at the moment it is only round 2. Kelly's managed to move out of the way. Nice guard. Kelly has his lead hand low, backhand just under the chin there. Murtazaliev has this high guard, but when he throws his punches, he doesn't necessarily bring his guard back straight away. Confident style. Let's have a look. The jab once again from Murtazaliev as he still in the center of the ring. Kelly comfortable on the back end of the ring as he lunges into him and spins out, but didn't necessarily throw a shot with that. There's a Murtazaliev there trying to come forward just to land the shot. It's going to be, wow, lovely shot there from Kelly, but it was countered by Murtazaliev. Kelly goes to the body once again. That was he's got very good speed. Kelly has very, very good speed. I wonder what their conditioning's like in that gym. He stands up in the corner. I like that. I like to see fighters stand up in the corner. He doesn't let him get comfortable. Stand up in the corner. I'll talk it through and go straight back out there. You reckon that Booth's going to throw the towel within 6? Iffy. I don't know. Russian by KO, round 7. I like these predictions. Bakram has been avoided at 154. Kelly's stepped up. He's giving Kelly a false sense of security and confidence to pepper him at the right time. Interesting. Nice first round by both boxers. I'm a little bit behind in the chat, so I do apologize. Consistent pressure is going to turn Kelly to jelly. We will see. We are going into round number 3. I think I'll give Kelly the last round. Right, here we go. Murtazaliev once again on the front foot. Just following Kelly around, comfortable on the back foot as he moves around to the left and the right, lateral movement. But like I said, that can tire you out. He's got to be able to keep this up potentially. If he's not going to get the knockout, he's got to potentially think it's a 12-round fight. But it does work in the early rounds because Murtazaliev struggling to land flush. Like I said, it's going to be all about timing. It's going to be about finding that rhythm. One of the things that Kelly does to try and spoil the work, and he's just done it then, is he'll jab, lunge in, and clinch. That was a nice body shot there from Murtazaliev. Kelly throws one, but Murtazaliev counters. You can see here he's a counter puncher. And once he sits down on them shots or Kelly's in a spot for too long, that's where the danger is. So, Kelly with the lateral movement. Murtazaliev comes in with the high guard, just tries to jab to the body. But like I said, Kelly's too elusive for it to make an impression as he jumps into hook Murtazaliev, but he also evades it and it just skims his arms. 1-2 there from Kelly that just pushes Murtazaliev slightly back as he comes forward and throws a jab to the body of Kelly. Nice backhand once again from Murtazaliev. As Kelly throws out his own jab, double jab hook there to Murtazaliev. Jab, jab. This is the work of Murtazaliev to Kelly. As he goes for the head twice and goes for the body. When he tries to throw that backhand, Kelly just moves out the way there. That was either a check hook from Murtazaliev or nice 1-2 landed there from Kelly. The two landed neatly on the chin of Murtazaliev. That doesn't seem phased. Still walks forward. Still bouncing on them toes. Still has that parry hand out to try and dazzle the work of Kelly, but he just doesn't seem phased because Kelly's got a nice sharp jab that he can actually get through the guard. So that fencing style isn't necessarily working against Kelly at the moment. Both of them bouncing on the toes as we're coming to the end of round 3. This is going extremely quick. A flurry of shots thrown there by both men, but nothing really landing. Interesting fight. This has not gone how I thought it was going to go, you know. Even round, but judges most likely give it to Kelly. Yeah, I don't even know what Nicki Minaj is doing. Lyle Kelly looks like he'll be in a flash knockdown. Yeah, it's gonna be timing with this one. It's not, the pace is too quick, so he's gonna have to time him. And the thing is, Kelly's good at the defense. He's good at getting out of the way to know when the shots are coming back. Quite skilled. Yeah, I agree. Legal Eagles says good combos by Josh at the end of the round. And if he goes on to say that Kelly's catching him and landing cleaner, yeah, the punches are definitely cleaner. It's like he's read the rhythm of Murtazaliev and knows when he's going to come in. I'll say that, and something crazy happens in this round. But yeah, he's quite good at reading his opponents. It seems like he's studied him quite well. Obviously, a lot better than I have. But Kelly looks confident in there. And you can also you can see the bruising around the face of Murtazaliev as he just catches him with a hook to the face there that causes Murtazaliev to drop both hands, almost like surprise that he's actually getting to him. Let's have a look. 90 punches thrown, Kelly 52. Total punches landed 19 and 17. Yeah, Kelly's got the better percentage considering the amount that's been thrown. So yeah, I'd say that even though Murtazaliev is landing, Kelly landing percentage compared to the shots thrown is better. Round number 4 of 12. We're just halfway through, nearly halfway through this round. Oh, he's got him. That's a knockdown. Yep, standing count. He's got him. And he's smiling. Ha! Woo! If Josh Kelly smells blood now, is he going to go and try and go for the stoppage early? Who said flash knockdown for Kelly? Well done for that. This is where the maturity is going to come in now. And what is Kelly going to do? Fair play to that. That was excellent timing. Let's have a go. Come on. We've got a minute left in round number 4 of 12. As Murtazaliev lands one to the lands a body jab to Josh Kelly. Let's have a look. I wonder if he's waiting to see as Murtazaliev lands another one, a jab. You can see that his instincts are kicking in. That must have woke him up. He looks like he's more focused now. Murtazaliev, it's almost like, nope, I ain't having that. The ego of the knockdown. 23 seconds left of round number 4 of 12. He's definitely started to put his foot on the gas. This is Murtazaliev looking like there's a little bit more purpose now. He didn't like getting knocked down. Didn't like that at all. Kelly just seems quite relaxed. Not really done anything after that. Maybe he's going to wait and see what his coach said. Sorry, Iffy. You said Kelly would get a flash knockdown, not get knocked down. My bad. Yeah. 10-8 round for Josh. That was sweet. Sweet. And that was from a jab as well. Let's have a look. Look. Bang. Sweet. You know what? I really do like when fighters can get get a knockdown from a jab. That's good work, that is. But I did say that he was able to punch right through the middle guard of Murtazaliev. Murtazaliev's got this fencing style, almost like he should be able to parry that jab hand, but it's not working. Kelly's timing and movement is just on point. Yeah, it is. Fair play to him. But we are in round 5, and it is a 12-round fight, and anything can happen. This is the IBF Super Welterweight World Championship. Josh Kelly's first fight back with Matchroom since, I don't know, a few years. He's been boxing under the Wasserman banner. He's taking on the tough, the rugged, the strong Murtazaliev. But Kelly's managed to score his knockdown. So, yeah, good work as we head into round number 5. Murtazaliev, like I said, starting to show a little bit more urgency now with his punches. The positioning is still the same. Murtazaliev on the front foot, Kelly on the back foot. But like I said, now there seems to be a little bit more urgency from Murtazaliev. He's not happy that he's been knocked down. But once again, the jab comes out from Murtazaliev, followed by a quick succession, almost at the same time, the jab from Josh Kelly. And Murtazaliev has got the counters, but his timing's just off. Whoa! He got him with a nice 1-2 there. And that's Murtazaliev worked to Kelly, but he got into the clinch. You just gotta stay focused. Like he did in the last round. He didn't seem to do anything after the knockdown. Once again, straight through that guard. That stiff jab of his goes straight through the guard of Murtazaliev. The second one was more pouring, but that first one was nice, stiff ramrod jab straight through that guard of Murtazaliev. Murtazaliev throws out the backhand, and he throws his own 1-2-3, just skims the face of Josh Kelly with that uppercut that almost missed there. Kelly there, both hands down. I don't like when he does that. He's got both hands down. He's moving. He's got this lateral movement that he's doing in the ring as he balls forward into Murtazaliev like a bull. But we need to see. I'd like to see just a little bit more boxing from Kelly. I don't know what he seems to be doing this round. He's slipping the shots, but let's have a go. There you go. The jab comes in from him. Like I said, there seems to be more urgency from Murtazaliev than Kelly. He's getting his 10K steps in, like if you said earlier at the moment. Wow, sweet! As he throws the 1-2 to Murtazaliev. You heard that. Stayed on his feet, but that was a clean 1-2. Can you imagine if he had that type of punch output? Like he moves around. He's got this lateral movement. He's moving from left to right in the ring, and then he just simple the 1-2. It works. Move around. Maybe mix it up. One to the head, one to the body, but keep being active, keep being busy, because it's almost like Kelly's just waiting there, moving around, and waiting for an opportunity rather than creating an opportunity for himself. He's quick, he's fast. Um, but yeah, that's sweet. That was he landing the shots really nice. Right, the dragon is saying now Bakram will catch him. Murtazaliev is too one-dimensional for a plan B or C. We are going into round number 6 now, halfway through this championship fight. Let's have a look. Murtazaliev, same positioning, center of the ring. Josh Kelly on the back foot, moving to the right, moving to the left. That lateral movement, hands low from Kelly. He doesn't sense any urgency as he flicks out and attempts to jab Murtazaliev. As he moves around on the back foot, there we go. As he launches into him with a jab, goes to throw the backhand. Nice flicking out that jab from Josh Kelly. 1-2 as he goes in for the clinch with Murtazaliev throwing some punches inside of the clinch. The ref separates the two. Here we go. Once again on the back foot, throwing out the jab. It's like Murtazaliev, he can't get it. It's like Kelly's disrupting any rhythm that Murtazaliev is trying to get into. He had the counters to start off with earlier on in the fight, but they seem to be fading. Both guys fighting on the inside now. Unfortunately, the ref separated the two. Kelly's the landing punches. We've got 32 from Murtazaliev, 33 from Josh Kelly. Ref once again separates the two. We are halfway through round number 6 of 12. Murtazaliev on those toes, bouncing, using that fencing hand, trying to get that jab hand in the face of Kelly, but he just seems to see right through it and he's able to stop the punches that Murtazaliev throws from landing clean. He's very athletic. Is he going to be able to keep this up for the 12 rounds? Nice as he throws in the hook there, just jumps in enough range to be able to get the shot off and move. He's not as busy as Murtazaliev. Quick, evasive on the counters that are coming back from Murtazaliev. Landing and moving. He's not a sitting target. Very, very athletic. Well, he hasn't lost it, has he? Considering he's not really been in the ring as much as he should have been in there. Doesn't seem as if he's lost anything. Murtazaliev literally trying to walk forward, land the shots. Kelly's able to move out the way and land his own jab, land his own 1-2. Guys in the clinch fighting on the inside. It seems like Murtazaliev wants to get him on the inside so he can have that row with him. Kelly quite cleverly doesn't seem to let that happen with the help of the ref. He's getting his 10K. Another good round for Josh. Yes, I agree. Kelly's moving too much. Yeah, he is, but he's keeping it up, isn't he? He doesn't seem to be like falling short. It's working for him. Is he going to keep it up for another 6 rounds? He's got that flash knockdown. Will he get another? Guys, let me know what you think. Who is highest on the cards? Gosh, it's really weird that he's not on his stool. He's just walking around in circles in his corner. I do prefer that though. You know, just keeps you in that mindset of I'm here, I'm in fight mode, I'm standing up, I'm not going to sit on my stool because I don't want to relax for 1 minute. Right, as Murtazaliev throws out a jab, Kelly throws back his own. The positioning remains the same. Kelly's hands low, only up when he feels like he needs to have them up. He's moving, evading the shots that are coming in from Murtazaliev as he throws out a jab. Murtazaliev tries to counter. Like I said, Kelly's just too evasive to let him land comfortably. It's like he's just waiting. You can almost see what he's doing now. Kelly's waiting for Murtazaliev to come in a certain way so we can throw that 1-2 once again. And it is the 1-2 that he's relying on. We know that Kelly's known for being a hooker. We've seen the fact that he can give those hooks. A nice uppercut comes in from Murtazaliev there. 1-2, and this is the boys, both the jabs, 1-2-3 coming in from Kelly. That's what I'd like to see. Just a little bit more work from Kelly. Murtazaliev gets him in the clinch, throws a shot inside. The ref separates the two. Kelly back on the back foot. Murtazaliev coming forward as he pours out the jab towards Kelly, who's got his hands down and he's still keeping up that lateral movement. Is he going to be able to keep it up for the full 12? We are in round number 7, halfway through round number 7. Gosh, these rounds are going quickly. I thought we were still in 6. 1-2 coming in from Kelly. He planted his feet there. There wasn't that movement from him. Just going to have a look at Murtazaliev just to see if he's slowing down. Once again, that lateral movement from Kelly as Murtazaliev throws out a jab to the body of Kelly. Let's have a look. 1-2 comes in from Murtazaliev there, but like I said, because Kelly is so elusive, it's not landing clean. And look at that hooks. Lovely hook comes into the body to Murtazaliev from Kelly. That the speed that he's got, he's not slowed down at all. Really good work from Kelly here. But when you get that good work, this is where it can get tricky. I think a backhand landed there. Kelly's doing a bit of showbolting, and he always did. And this is the Josh Kelly that I remember. He was somebody that did used to showbolt in the ring. It's nice to see that he's still got that with his character, that confidence, that cockiness. But he's comfortable. But can he afford to get too comfortable? We are on round number 7. No, don't say that. Is she? Gosh, I forgot. We've got the boxer card on the other side. I can't get the two. I couldn't get the iPlayer up. That would have been too much. So I'm doing it for this. Let's have a look. I'm all good, Keringer. Nice to see you. Great fight from Fran Hennessy. Someone speak French. No. Hennessy's getting Brock up. Is she? Can somebody let me know what's happening on the boxer card, please? Another solid round, but don't get cocky. Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? But he's like that. Legal Eagles, he is like that. That's the Josh Kelly that we know. But can he afford to do it? No. Look at him. He walks back into the center of the ring smiling. This is way better performance than he did with Ish Davis. We are on the main event at the moment, and I'm going to say that Josh Kelly is up, in my opinion, even though I haven't been scoring it. But I'm sure the chat will let you know. But now it looks like Josh Kelly almost looked like he was pushing for the center of the ring there as Murtazaliev throws out a 1-2 and Kelly does his dipping under the shots. Murtazaliev attempts to throw a hook to the body of Kelly. It lands, but because Kelly's on the move, it doesn't catch him. And then he throws out his own stiff jab once again to the head and the body of Murtazaliev. Both hands down from Josh. Comfortable in there, some would say. Some would say no, it's because he's tired. I'm saying that I believe he's comfortable in there, confident in there, but it's risky to do that. Chin exposed, even albeit it's tucked, it's still exposed. As he puts his guard underneath his chin there. Maybe Kelly can hear me moaning at him to get his hands up. 1-2 coming in from Kelly. Murtazaliev holding up his backhand, trying to throw the jab out there. Kelly spins. The jab goes out from Murtazaliev. The hook slips. It seems that Murtazaliev looks like he's slowing down a little bit here as he throws out the 1-2. He's lost that spring in his step. Like 1-2 once again from Kelly, just doesn't fail to miss the jab once again from Kelly. When he puts his shots together and he does let his hands go, he's just really quick. And this is not me gassing him up. I'm saying what I see, guys. Once again, look at that. The one to the head, the hook to the body, the backhand to the head. 1-2, come back in from Murtazaliev. Kelly just puts his shots together so neat. We've got some lateral movement once again from Kelly as he goes around, circling around to the left. Comfortable on his feet, hands are down as he moves back around to the right. Murtazaliev just trying to cut that ring off there, but doesn't seem able to do it because anytime he tries to pull Kelly down, he slips and he moves out the way, which is what he's just done there, and even throwing a cheeky jab at the end of that lateral movement as Murtazaliev he can't pin him down. There's no way he can pin him down. Not at this time. He's got to be able to time Kelly quite quickly as Kelly just tries to throw a uppercut there at Murtazaliev. Murtazaliev throws his own shots back, the backhand, but it's not really hitting Kelly. As he tries to throw the combination, once again, Kelly slips under, both men in the clinch, and the ref separates the two. Good work once again from Kelly. He's not Murtazaliev cannot land properly. And if I'm just imagining being in the ring with somebody so slippery like that, it's going to be really frustrating. Can't get near him. It's on DAZN. So they've got two fights running on DAZN at the moment. Okay. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the two of them up on this because it will say that I'm already logged in on one device. I'll wait for you guys to give me the update. Legal Eagles, I'm asking the same thing. What is going on with Fran Hennessy? Somebody said it looks like she was getting battered. 68 DG, good to see you. Good evening. Good performance. Is that from this card? Is that from Josh Kelly? Yeah, if so, yes, he's doing really, really well. Yeah, if anybody can let Legal Eagles and myself know how Fran Hennessy's getting on, we really would appreciate that. We are in round number 9 of 12. Bellew's got 74, 77, 77 being Kelly. I think it's a little bit wider than it is. I'm just listening to the commentary. It's the way that Kelly, to me, looking at the way that Kelly's putting his shots together, throwing them, landing, and his movement, and Murtazaliev not really being able to get his shots off. She says, I just think that Kelly's doing a little bit more, but he has had points, to be fair, in the rounds where he seems to have just took time off, especially after he got the knockdown. He just thought, I don't need to work for the rest of the round now. I've got this knockdown, but he's read Murtazaliev's style. You can see that he definitely understands the opponent that he's in with. He's comfortable in taking risks. He will go in on the inside, where he may have been a little bit tentative to start off with in the early rounds. Murtazaliev tries to get his own combinations off there as Kelly was momentarily in the corner and just falls on the floor. Oh! Was that a knockdown? I did not see the shot that landed. Hold on. Guys, did you see that? What did he get in with? Oh, Murtazaliev's going to try and go in for the kill now. And Kelly's smothering the work with the clinch. Ooh, tables turning in round number 9. He's got him again. Murtazaliev hits Kelly with a backhand. And he's wobbling on his legs. He didn't like that at all. You need to keep them flipping hands up. We've said this already. Ooh. Oh, the tables have totally flipped. It's the timing. You got him on the inside, Kelly on the inside, and that's where he got him and knocked him down. Oh, I need to see a replay of that. We've got 34 seconds left in round number 9 of 12. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Kelly keeping that jab hand out the way as Murtazaliev tries to come back in. Throws a hook to the head of Murtazaliev. We've got 13 seconds left of round number 9. I need to see that replay. Oh! He's down again. That is definitely a knockdown. Whoa! He said it's not a knockdown. That was a knockdown. Or are you going to say he tripped over his legs? Play the replay. Shut up, comms. Oh, I wish I could speak Russian. Right, here we go. Here we go. So, it was his head. Okay, got him the headshot. Hook straight to the head. Apologies. Clearly did not see that, and that's why he went down. Yeah, sweet shot. Yeah, fair enough. Can't argue with that. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, thanks, Dazza. Really tough fight for Fran. Oh, dear. Django's happy with the knockdown. Ooh, tables have turned. What a fight of two halves. Look at the... Round 10, we're going into the championship rounds now, guys. 10 of 12. Kelly, I'd say, has been knocked down twice. Murtazaliev down once earlier on in the fight. Kelly later on. A terrible round 9. Ooh. Oh, if he says, I'm trying to, I don't want to look at the chat. Right, here we go. Jab comes out from Kelly. I don't like the look of Kelly's legs. Let's have a look at his legs. Does he look a little bit unsteady on his legs, ladies and gentlemen? 1, 2, 3. Is that work coming in from Murtazaliev? I'm trying to not look at the chat while I'm doing this. The jab hand comes out from Murtazaliev to Kelly. He's starting to land now. Is this where the confidence starts to falter? The guard is up now on Kelly. That lateral movement has slowed down. Is that because he's tired? Is that because the confidence? Murtazaliev's coming out with him with a little bit more vim than he had before. Is Kelly engaging? Is he taking as much risks as he was going to do? Still on the back foot, Murtazaliev still on the front foot. That hasn't changed. I don't like them hands down. Because what did he get in with? That fair enough. It was a hook to the top of the head, but 1, 2, 3 coming in from Murtazaliev. He's now getting his combinations off. A jab from both gentlemen at the same time. Murtazaliev wants to throw those inside combinations, but he started to be able to pin down Kelly. Kelly was elusive, slippery. He wasn't able to catch him, but now he's starting to catch him a little bit more comfortably. The shots are starting to land. There you go. As soon as Kelly rolls out of that slip, Murtazaliev gets him. The timing, I said it would be timing for this if Murtazaliev wants to catch Kelly, as it looks like Kelly's slowed down a little bit, continuously now going in one direction instead of that lateral movement that he had earlier where he was going in both directions. I'll tell you what, the tables have really turned on this, but that's why we like the sport. The jab comes into the body from Murtazaliev as he tries to throw a hook into the arm of Kelly. Kelly there trying to throw his own counter hook, didn't work. Some feints there from Kelly. Murtazaliev is now the one that's moving out of the way. Kelly looking to plant his feet. The jab once again coming in from Murtazaliev. The clappers are going. We've got 10 seconds left. Kelly looks a little bit tired here. Take those deep breaths in. Right, let's have a look. Da, 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 da. Right, quickly. Gifted decision for Hennessy from Iffy. Dear. Fran won. Could have went either way. That's from Dazza. Kelly needs to punch more. All to play for. Yeah, I agree. Right. Punk Pop not dead. Good to see. Ain't seen you in ages. Fran was lucky. Yikes. Legal Eagles. I heard Fran won, but I'm hearing she was lucky. Yeah, that's kind of like what's in the chat. If I was watching the Hennessy fight, but kept your commentary on in my earphone. Did Kelly get did he get complacent? I think from that did he get too complacent? Maybe, or did Murtazaliev just start catching up with him? It happens, doesn't it? I've lost on the scoring now. Guys, you're going to have to put who you think's winning in this chat. Basically, Kelly's been one knockdown. Murtazaliev one knockdown. I'd argue that Kelly's gone down twice, but I think they ruled the second one not a knockdown. But we need a fresher Josh Kelly now, because Murtazaliev getting that knockdown later on in the fight is going to give him nothing but confidence. What? Oh, he just slipped. There must be something on the floor. Yeah, Kelly just slipped there through a nice shot, just slipped on the floor. Maybe the floor's a little bit wet. I don't know who's winning. The Brits need to get behind Kelly for this one now. Oh, Murtazaliev's looking to throw that overhand on Kelly there. Just missed him. That could have been curtains if it landed. Murtazaliev needs to be careful now with what he's doing, because he is also getting a little bit reckless. But Kelly needs to chill with the showboating. Just get back to boxing and be accurate with your work. Guys, please feel free to put the scores in the comments, who you think's winning, because now I don't know. You know what I'm like. Always starts off well, then it just drifts off into oblivion. Murtazaliev tries to throw that hook as Kelly just dips his head in towards Murtazaliev with the clinch. The same thing happens again, but this time Kelly comes out with a hook to get out of the clinch. We've got a minute left in round number 11 of 12. It's a good fight, though. Nice, good match. Both evenly matched. A real acid test, to be honest, for Kelly to come back to Matchroom with this guy here. The body shots there coming in from Murtazaliev. Kelly slowed down on his feet. Murtazaliev still center of the ring, still on that hunt, still got the pressure fighter style. Oh, nice jab there to the chin of Kelly. You need to get that hand under it. As he throws in the counter, Murtazaliev starts to let his hands go. Flurry of shots, but not necessarily landing clean on Kelly. But you see that as Murtazaliev just jumps in for the jab, goes in for the overhand. But Kelly's just letting the shot skim him. It's not necessarily landing as he throws his own jab as Murtazaliev tries to come in and throw his own work. Yeah, better this round. We're going into... Oh, my God. Yeah, good fight. Very, very good fight. 68 says, if this goes the distance, we need to see some UK judging. In UK land, draw or Kelly by UD. Wow, is our reputation that bad for judging in the UK? Kelly is what's called boxing a front runner. Yeah, his coach, and well done to Adam DeBooth saying that to him. He just grabbed him by his face and said, focus. I like that. The father look, focus. Because it does seem that he does drift off a little bit. Hopefully I'll get to speak to Adam soon. I like speaking to him. People say that he's awkward, but he's not. He's all right. Right, here we go. 12th and final round. Guys, who do you think's winning this fight? I mean, anything can happen in the final round. They could literally go all out for it. At the end of the day, a right hand came in from Murtazaliev then. I don't know if the clinch from Josh Kelly held him on there, but whoa. That looked like it was a heavy hand as well. I was about to say, are they going to go all at it? Murtazaliev definitely is. Kelly cannot fight the fight that he's been fighting in the last few rounds. You're going to have to either go for it or box and move. Can't be doing no showbolting. Murtazaliev is literally closing the gap, letting his hands go, and the shots are starting to land. 1-2. That's from Murtazaliev as Kelly throws his own out. The jab landing from Murtazaliev. 1-2. Overhand. It seems as if he's getting the better of Josh Kelly in this last round. A minute has already gone. Josh, stop showbolting, man. You're making me nervous. Don't do that. I don't think he's done enough to confidently say he can showbolt for the last 2 minutes. You need to start boxing. One, two from yeah, I don't think that's a knockdown. I'm sure there's a slippy corner there. That's the second time he's been down on the floor over there, and that's not from a knockdown. Murtazaliev obviously frustrated that Kelly went down onto the floor. We've got 1 minute 20 seconds left. Murtazaliev gets a nice cheeky one on the chin of Josh Kelly as he throws a couple more flurries towards the face of Josh Kelly. They did catch him, but Kelly stands through them. He needs to really be careful. There we go. There we go. Kelly starts to let his hands go. That is the Kelly that we know. Letting them hands go in the corner. Bish, bash, bosh in the face of Murtazaliev. What a fight. What a fight. 50 seconds left of round number 12 of 12. Yeah, good fight. Good fight. This is what we want to see. Excitement because we don't know what's going to happen. Good matching this is. Gosh, has he done enough? Has Kelly done enough to win? I don't know. Murtazaliev's coming back with the jabs. Kelly still on the back foot, hands down. Murtazaliev trying to land those shots. We've got 20 seconds. Kelly jeering the crowd to cheer him on. The showbolting from Kelly is really making me nervous. He's got to stop this. Go on, just let your hands go for the last 10 seconds. Kelly, win the round. Win the round. The bell's going to go. I don't know. What are we saying, guys? What? No, honest opinion now. Not because it's a British judging system. Who do you think's won this? Oh, Wasserman jump in the ring with him. Interesting. Kelly, even without a guard, is still there. Kelly's a front runner, good for 1-6, then gasses and becomes flat-footed. Yeah, Kelly's won this. Murta cannot break Kelly without a guard. Kelly won. Home cooking, definitely going to be Kelly. Dragon says, hell no. Let's have a look. I lost the scoring after a while, so can't see it, but I have a knot in my stomach for Kelly. I haven't seen you for ages. Good fight. Hopefully the judges agree with me, Josh, for the win. It was a good fight, man. Gosh, he really did pepper up his face as well. Look at the face of Murtazaliev. Yeah, I like that fight. Oh, what we're saying, what we're saying. I just can't wait to hear the scorecards. The scorecards are going to be... Right, the commentary said it's a clean sweep from all of them. Was it? I think, like I said, the first half of the fight, Josh was landing like beautifully, putting his shots together so well as he does. He slowed down a little bit in the second half. Maybe let Murtazaliev get too close when he didn't have to. But Kelly was still working. I wanted him to work a little bit more, but he was still working. but he's good boxer, good fight, good matchup. It's close, right? 68 day. He says, hold on, it's close, but 115, 113. I'm probably gonna give Kelly, yeah, 120, 108. Terrible Tony, Kelly won the fight. Good evening to you. I'm sure Kelly won it. He fought a very slippery fight, stayed out of danger. The brawler never wins enough rounds for the scorecards. Kelly is a natural boxer. He is winning rounds naturally plus the knockdown. Okay. Guys, you lot are the experts when it comes to this stuff. Like I said, I lost concentration. Yeah, we've seen people's faces battered before and they've still won. Man, Mert is the champion. If you could not break Kelly without a guard, Kelly won. Fair enough. Here we go. Come on, let's listen to the scorecards, guys. Come on. 113. 113. Draw. 115. 111. Ooh. That's close. You. Oh, Josh Kelly's done it. Right. Guys, I don't necessarily I agree. I don't think those cards were crazy. But congratulations to Josh Kelly. What a return. Him and Adam Booth, man. The dream team. And Adam really cares about that guy. Wasserman jumps in the stage with him. I'm happy. Congratulations. Well done. World champion. IBF super welterweight champion. Well done to him. Well done, Josh. What a return. What a return. What a return to Matchroom. So now they've got Dalton Smith, Josh Kelly. Yeah, man. Good work for them. Congratulations. That was a good fight. That was a good matchup. Boots beats them both. Yeah, I can't complain. It was close. That's what I mean. 68. My head was like, So yeah, it was a good fight. Good fight, definitely a close fight. So I'm happy for him. Well done. Back on the main stage with Matchroom. So let's see what happens with him next, what he'll do next. So well done. See who's gonna call out. I still want him to fight Conor Ben, because that's the fight that I know that he wanted, but we'll see. I think that'd be a very entertaining fight. I don't even know if they're campaigning at the same weight, what Conor Ben's doing with his weight at the moment, who he's looking to fight. But yeah, good stuff. Guys, we've been going for an hour and a half, which is quite short because we usually go for quite a long time, don't we? But you know what? It was a good one. What are we up to? I think there's a fight in Derby. Then there's a fight in Nottingham. And then there's Manchester. I don't think I'm going to the Liverpool one, but then there's Manchester. And then obviously I'm going to see if I can get to this Fury fight as well in April, wherever that is. I can't remember where it is. But yeah. So we will be back. If I'm not at the shows, I'll be doing watch-alongs. Like I said, I do love doing the watch-alongs anyway. So I'll try and get there for the press, the media week. But fight night, more than likely, I'll be here with you guys on a live watch-along. So thank you very much for joining us this evening. I'm going to let you listen to the post-fight interview. And until the next time, my darlings, thank you all for joining me this evening. Enjoy the fights later on if you're staying up to watch that. Not me. And I'll see you soon. Stay ready.
People say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care.